Okay, hey, welcome to the shop. We're working on a boat.
It's a channel where we share tips and tricks to help you working on your boat and to have a great time while you do it. The jokes are campy, the production value is cheap, but the information is priceless. So stay tuned. My name's Eric with New Point Marine. Grab your tool bag. Let's work on a boat.
All right, here we are. We're in the shop after hours. This is the segment where we answer some questions that we get, unscripted and unedited. And here recently we got a really good question having to do with galvanic corrosion. The question that we got basically says, is it possible to have galvanic corrosion on your boat while you're not plugged into the dock, while the boat is, you're under sail, you're underway, it's just your boat by itself? Can we still have galvanic corrosion? Absolutely yes, it can happen and it will happen. When we talk about galvanic corrosion, it's a pretty broad term, and basically what we're saying is that we have two metals that are reacting with each other. One is going to be protected, one is going to corrode to protect the other one. And for galvanic corrosion to occur, we need to have four things. We need to have two dissimilar metals. We need to have an anode and a cathode. One metal more positively charged, one more negatively charged. We need to have a electrolyte, and that is the water that the boat is sitting in. And then we need to have a current carrying path, an electrical connection between the two dissimilar metals. Now, probably the most obvious example of this galvanic cell, if you will, is a stainless steel prop shaft, a brass propeller in the ocean together, and electrically connected like that. Now we have our anode and our cathode. What's going to happen here is, if this is unprotected, our prop is going to sacrifice itself to protect the shaft. And what do we do about that? Well, everybody knows shaft anode. This is an aluminum anode, which is what I like to use. And we clamp it on. We introduce another metal, a more active metal, and this will sacrifice itself and protect them both. So the short answer to that question is, can you have galvanic corrosion on your boat? You do have galvanic corrosion on your boat, even if you're not plugged in. This process is going to happen if those four elements are present: an anode, a cathode, an electrolyte, and a connection between the two dissimilar metals. Corrosion is going to happen. So there's also a few other things that could be happening on our boat. We could have what's called a single metal corrosion, which we see that a lot with in our props if they're not protected, and that is the different metals in the alloy that make up the prop will react with one another. And also you could have stray current on your boat. Say if your alternator is failing and is adding a little bit of a positive charge to the engine block, and which is attached to the reversing gear, which is attached to the prop shaft, which is attached to the prop. Now we're driving this with a more positive voltage, and that is going to corrode something somewhere quickly. So is it possible to have galvanic corrosion on your boat while you're not plugged into the dock? Absolutely yes. In fact, it's going to happen. If those four elements are present, it's happening. So I hope that answers the question. I hope somebody finds this interesting and useful. So say till next time, keep working on your boat.